The Real Monsters is the final episode of Alien, Earth Season 1. It's one hell of a finale at that, with many, although importantly not all, of its various story threads resolved while keeping the door ajar for Season 2. The siblings are now estranged, the Lost Boys rule Neverland, and Weyland-Yutani is about to engage in a ground war with Prodigy, whose forces have dwindled in manpower. That's to say nothing of two Xenomorphs who see Wendy as their surrogate queen mother and, oh yeah, the Ocellus having found its new host. Following the events of Episode 7, Neverland is in disarray. A Xenomorph is loose on the island and culling Prodigy's security team, and the Lost Boys attempted and failed. Escape have landed them in timeout. A circular, oversized birdcage acts as a bookend motif for the episode, beginning and ending in the same place but with a transformed status quo. More on all of that shortly. For now, Boy Kavalier is straight up not having a good time. He's lost virtually all control of the situation, though his occupied mind still rests on wanting to transfer Species 64 onto a human lifeform, preferably a dumb one. While the Lost Boys bicker and argue about who snitched on them, the obvious candidate being Curly, who swears it wasn't her. Wendy wrestles with her anger toward her brother for hurting Nibs back at the docks. Speaking of, it is strange that Nibs was wounded at the end of last week's episode but now seems fine. Second to Isaac, Nibs has suffered the most damage to her programming. One would think she'd be glitching like a computer with coffee poured all over the motherboard. In a different cage, Hermit and Morrow make for unlikely cellmates. Distant as these two have been in the show thus far, they find common ground in their incredibly short time together, aligned in their hatred for not only Prodigy but also for the megacorporations. With some help courtesy of Wendy, whose abilities to control the facility have conveniently amplified, Hermit and Morrow break free and split up to settle their scores. Hermit seeks his sister and the Lost Boys. Morrow goes after Kirsh, culminating in the one-on-one, no-holds-barred brawl we've been waiting for. After Kirsh and Morrow duke it out as though they were in a WWE match from the Attitude Era, the Lost Boys silently watching security cam monitors reminds me of when I was 9 years old, watching Steve Austin beat up Booker T in a grocery store. Boy Kavalier appears to taunt and assert dominance over the Lost Boys, but not before delivering a supervillain monologue about his tragic and abusive backstory, which affords a teeny glimpse into what haunts the barefoot trillionaire. But Boy's power immediately fades when the Lost Boys realize their artificial shells have been weapons this whole time. As the lights flicker behind them and string instruments score the scene, as if it were a pulp horror movie, these vulnerable children no longer feel like victims of a cruel world. They might, in fact, have been the monsters all along.